It's the start of day 7 here in the last autumn DLC. At the end of the last video, we managed to build the telegraph station, which we can apparently use to bring in some additional resources, so we can call for more people. They have a cost of 2, but I'm not entirely sure what the cost is. I think it's talking about our logistical limit. So two per person to bring in a worker, 4 per person to bring in an engineer. We can also bring in steam cores at a cost of 20 each. Now we have 3 steam cores already that we got from a pile we dug out here, so I don't necessarily need those right now. But I think we should probably bring in some more workers and maybe a couple more engine. Well, that got us up to 44 already. Yeah, 40. That'll get us right on the 44. I'm not sure exactly how the limits and stuff work in this just yet, but let's maybe just bring in the workers for now. Order a shipment of those. I presume they're going to come in by ship, the same as our resources down here do. Now, I tried to actually see if we could build a little gathering post down here, so I wouldn't have to dedicate people to gathering the piles of wood, but I can't quite place one in a spot that's going to let me collect from both piles at the same time. So we'd either have to build two different resource gathering posts, or just continue to dedicate people to picking the items up. So I'm probably better off just keeping them dedicated to pick up the items, I think, because I don't think it really makes any difference at the moment. Facility's been closed. Apparently the bathhouse has hours of operation, so I guess that's fine. We are at 54 steel and 67 wood. Now, we eventually have to get to the point where we start building the generator stuff here. So this is going to cost 30 wood and 10 steel to get profiles manufacture. Plant where universal structural profiles can be produced. So we are going to have to build these. I might as well start setting these up now, I guess. I'll put it over here close to the resources maybe so they don't have to go too far. I'm not sure exactly how many of these things we're going to need in order to actually speed up the process. This is our first playthrough, so I haven't seen how long it takes to actually build out the generator. I also don't know what's coming down the road for the weather. We might have a big storm coming in at some point, so we could be running on a bit of a shortened timeline here that I'm not necessarily seeing, which isn't great. We still need to build and activate the fishing harbor or set up the foragers camp. So our foragers are out exploring right now, but they haven't set up a camp. And I'm not entirely sure how we go about doing that, but hopefully they'll find a spot where they can build one, and we can progress that way. In our research, the next thing I want to work on is our drawing boards, because we've researched all the level 1 stuff. We do need a little bit more wood to do that, so I guess we'll wait for the next shipment to come in. We have 135 wood there, 200 and some odd wood there. Yeah, I would say we're probably in a pretty decent position wood-wise now that we're getting all this stuff here. Oh, what's going on here? Functioning. Storage limit reached. Oh, well, how about that? This does need workers, but the workers haven't arrived just yet. It also requires steel, I guess. Produce 1 structural profile from 25 wood. Oh, no, it uses wood, I guess. That's weird. I guess maybe it's like the scaffolding to go around building up the generator. I guess that would make sense. We gotta get those workers in before we can do that. We have a significant jump up in wood, so we're not too worried about that. I think I'm gonna start swapping one of these over to steel now. Switch to another resource. Switching to another resource will stop unloading for some time. Are you sure? Are they still moving wood here? It doesn't look like they are. Oh boy, this ship's coming fast now. That was 2 ships in one day. That's insane. All right, so we'll switch this over to steel. Switch to new resource. I'm probably gonna need to build a new station to actually store things in. This only has wood stored in it so far. Transport has arrived. We got our 20 people in. So we can assign those over here and put them to work making stuff here. We have 10 people left over, which I guess means we can bump these 2 up. Oh, that other pile disappeared. All right, well, how about that? And we do need to get our research started for the drawing board, so we'll work on that upgrade too. Out of the wilds, our exploration team has gone to the lake full of fish. The lake's teeming with fish. Dozens of birds hunt them, swooping and diving in the water. Let's explore here. Rich fishing ground. There's plenty of fish in this lake. We could stay here for a few days and catch them. I see. We could set up a camp here to supply raw food to the construction site. Okay, that's great. So let's make a camp here. As soon as I figure out how to do that. Yep, there we go. Set up camp. Okay, so that satisfies the last item in that first quest we had to tackle. And they're going to be here for 16 hours, 29 minutes, I guess. Whatever the case might be. So they should start to... Oh, actually, I think they're on their way back with food now. So they should start to supply us with some regular amounts of food, which would be great. It would be nice to get another exploration team out. We can try and check a couple things. Generator shaft structure. Now that you have the basic infrastructure, it's time to start with the construction of the generator. Build a profile manufacturer, then start 8 structural profiles. That'll allow you to set up the shaft structure. Well, I've already got the building made, so that's good. Oh, we do need to make a care house still. So let's go and look in our health section. We do have enough for that, so that's good. Where we can place this is another matter. I guess it'll fit in here. It's not adjacent to a street right now, but we can fix that. We'll just throw a little road in here. There we go. So then we will have this one satisfied, so again, people won't get too upset with us. We do have sick people. Cookhouse is closed because they're not getting any food. Book of Laws, we have another one we can sign into. A little law we can sign into or whatever. Cocaine pills, I think we're going to steer away from that. Crowded quarters or comfortable quarters. You can make our people happy, providing them with more space in the living quarters at the cost of reduced housing capacity. Which reminds me, I didn't build any housing for the new people we just brought in. I just brought in 20 workers and didn't give them any place to sleep. So, you know, good for me. Prosthesis shipments or medical repatriation. So, can't afford feeding those who can't work. Therefore, the amputees should be sent back to London to the care of their families. Oh. New ability, medical repatriation in the care house. Residents of the care house will be sent back to London, freeing space, no longer consuming food, or prostheses ordered through the telegraph station. Amputees fitted with prostheses in medical facilities will be able to work again. So we either have people with robotic arms working, or we could send them back to London, so we just don't have to deal with them. Neither one of them says they're going to have much of an impact on things, although this will have to. You know what? Let's do the prosthetics. We'll let people keep working if they want to work. Although, actually, by that point, they may not want to work anymore. They're kind of living out here in a place that's not exactly ideal. Let's get some more tents built. If I can actually get enough space for them here. Okay. That is all going to require road work. So we'll connect all these up. Those roads will come in handy eventually anyway, I think, because we'll want to expand out here a little bit farther at some point. Where's our sawmill working? I don't remember where I built that. That's our stockpile. Oh, it's back here somewhere, right? There we go. There's our sawmill. It doesn't really have a lot of trees to work with there, but hopefully enough. We are starting to run out of food again, so hopefully the food we found out of the wilderness will come back soon. Storage limit exceeded. Is there a way to upgrade the storage limit? Caro's promise fulfilled. Motivation rises. All right. So I don't know what to do with the storage there. This thing doesn't look like it's maxed out. 46 of 300. No, I'd say it's definitely not maxed out. I'm going to have to figure out another road space here we can do. Let's plan to do one right through the middle again. Stand it out this way. And then we'll put our resource depot that I can store wood a little bit closer to where we're actually offloading the wood. I think that would be handy. A little bit farther for the sawmill to haul it, but I guess that's all right. Letters from home. Troubled father. Sir, supply ships occasionally carry sacks of posts destined for the crew. For security reasons, every inbound and outbound mail is open and read, but we may sometimes require instructions from you regarding our censorship policy. In this case, a worker received a letter from his wife informing him that one of their daughters is gravely ill. Dire news such as this may impact the morale of the crew. Should we redact the part of the sick daughter? Discontent will rise if we start censoring the mail, but motivation will fall slightly if we... Well, let's just let the truth through. I mean, it's probably a horrible thing for us to do in this position. We should rule with an iron fist and foster lies and all that kind of stuff, but we're not going to do that today. Add new research. Okay, so... Protective structure. Installing lightweight protective structures across the workplace will temporarily reduce the number of injuries caused by falls and blah, blah, blah. Machine shop. Build a machine shop, produce steam exchangers necessary to build the generator. Ventilation plant allows us to build a ventilation plant, which improves work safety across the construction site, consuming 25 coal per hour. Alright, so these things start consuming coal, which I don't have a supply of currently. Let's see, the foragers' quarters. We can get more foragers. Allow us to build another foragers' quarters. and form an additional team of forgers. Oh, that seems like a good thing to get. Forger carts. Next, these are carts. New, lighter design. Forgers move 50% faster. Oh, both of those are good. Fishing harbor's good. Man, all these are things that I wanted. Reloading station. Allows you to build reloading stations which gather resources piling up at the docks. Alright, I don't know what to pick. Food is probably our primary concern right now, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll get some additional forgers going. We'll probably have to call in more people, too, I would think. Everyone's got housing, even though they haven't finished building the tents that are over here, so I probably have room for more people. There's a limit of 38 now. Let's bring in... Oh, there's the prosthetics. We don't have anybody that needs it yet, so let's max out on workers for now. We'll bring those people in. Hopefully that'll help. Production queue empty. Oh. Alright, so we need to make 8 of these things, which I apparently can't queue up. I can only queue up 2 at a time. I feel like we're pulling in wood at a rate that's a little slower than we should be. I mean, over here... I have the max... Oh, that's the public house. I have the maximum number of workers working in our sawmill. They are producing lumber. I wonder if it's just like storing it here and I haven't actually moved it away or something. Because we're only at 32. And we have a huge stockpile of lumber over here too, another 295. I only get 3.1 wood per hour out of this pile though, which is pretty slow. Our motivation's in the toilet. That's not good. Alright, we should probably think about signing in a church or something into law next time. And they're not building over here either. What's going on? It's work, people. And maybe they'll only work on the tents at night. Because they're busy working other places during the day. Yeah, that seems to be it. This we can set up for wood storage. So we'll do that. I don't know if that's going to help them actually offload the wood any quicker, but hopefully it will. Looks like our people got back with some food, so they dropped off 80 food supplies. About 6 hours worth of raw food, so that can all get converted into food now. Due to low motivation, efficiency falls by 30%. Well, that sucks. Sir, people lack motivation to do their jobs properly. The efficiency in all workplaces suffers as a result. We have to do something about it. I see. Well, I mean, we have a supply of food coming in now. We could go back to regular meals, and that should help motivation a little bit. I mean, hopefully. It does seem to continue to be falling, though, so... That's not great. Maybe not censoring that letter was the bad thing to do, although my discontent's not in the best shape either. Oh, let's see. They have bad food. Temporary shelter, yeah. So it's the food, I think, that was impacting them more than anything. Now that we've got them going back to regular rations, hopefully that will correct for that at least a little bit. Alright, more fortresses researched. Let's get some of those going, but we'll need more research to progress in the meantime. I think over here we have these reloading stations. I think is probably going to be a little bit more efficient. 20 wood it's going to require. Well, that's great. We need more wood. I wonder if that the reloading station has to be within range of these dock stockpile things. Need a little bit more wood, though. Which, funny enough, we have all kinds of it just sitting here on the dock, and they're not really gathering it very fast. Okay, we have enough to research the reloading station now, so let's get that going. Uh-oh, what now? You think maybe they're choking on stuff? Safety concerns. Sir, a few of our people fell ill from breathing strange fumes wafting from the shaft. Could have been worse. One of them passed out and fell from a scaffold. We can't ignore health hazards any longer. From now on, the safety level of every workplace at the construction site will be monitored. If it's low, people working there will get sick. If it's very low, they might get injured or die. Well, that's great. Alright, so we need to improve safety. You have to pass 2 laws. Oh, sorry, you have to pass 2 days. You have 2 days to pass a law improving safety. Well, I'm going to try, but I mean, I don't even know what laws... Oh, labor. Oh, we have new laws. Okay. Safety procedures, I guess, make sense. I gotta wait 13 hours to sign it, but enforcing the safety procedures will compel people to work with less haste and greater care. This will temporarily improve safety in a workplace at the cost of efficiency. I guess that's what we're going to have to do, because we need to make things safer, and frankly, I can't afford for my motivation to go down any lower, but we do have to wait like 13 hours before we can sign that. So there is actually another branch of stuff to research there, which I guess is good. 35 wood we're going to need for another one of these. Under the resources, we have our... Nope, hasn't actually... Hasn't finished researching yet. Alright, I thought that thing was done. Oh no, what now? Distraught father. Sir, the distraught father of the sick child wants to talk to you. He begs you to let him go home. No, it means giving up the job here, but I'll figure something out. My family needs me, sir. Please let me go back to him. There, Alright, we're gonna lose a worker, but all things considered, I guess it could be worse. Looks like we maxed out the sick tent. We're actually getting people that aren't being treated. So probably we're gonna want some more of those. The medical post, which can't fit in there exactly, but we can put it over here. Actually, maybe we'll put one on the other side. I mean, why not? Okay, I don't know if we have enough engineers to work it, but, you know, if we don't, I guess we can bring some in. Let's call in a couple of engineers. Logistical limit 22. Man, they get smaller and smaller. I wonder if we wait in between shipments, if we can get, like, a higher logistical limit. Nevertheless, we have more workers. Everyone seems to have a tent so far, so that's good. Let's maybe look at whether we should... Well, I should actually build more, but... Yeah, we'll put one more in here. I should probably experiment and see if the gathering post does a faster job of collecting stuff from the docks. I mean, we're going to get the dock station in here anyway, so that hopefully that will get better. Oh, this one... Oh, we can max out that so we can move our steel a little quicker. But I guess when we finish this research, we'll get a chance to speed up that gathering, hopefully significantly better than what we're doing anyway. I just gotta watch the number of people I bring in, because we're only supplying so much food right now. I apparently don't have enough engineers to run this thing. Where do I have them all right now? Okay, we can put our law into place finally for labor. So let's do that for safety procedures. It's gonna hurt. Again, it's gonna hurt efficiency, but hopefully that will improve motivation. Ooh, discontent went right down, so that's good. Although that was probably also, again, part of the food thing, so changing the food certainly helped. It may cost us in the long run, though, as I bring in more people. I gotta be a little bit careful about how quick I bring these people in, I guess. Always said that haste makes waste. Slowly but surely, that's the right way to work. If you say so. I need to get somebody working in this metal tent. So we have 5 in here right now that are already treating, I think. Patients. Yeah, they got five patients in here already. Bathhouse is a passive effect. Places in range. Tents in the care house. Alright. Public house has only workers in it. This only has workers in it. I mean, I thought I had at least 15 engineers, but... Now I don't know. Let's max out our engineers. We're bringing, well, 3 of those anyway. Due to low motivation, efficiency falls by 30%. Great. Reloading station researched. Okay, good. Let's focus on building that. I feel like that's going to be pretty important at this point. Let's grab the reloading station. Hopefully, invalid placement. Look. Oh, I actually have to put it. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay, so maybe it works automatically. Automatically. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. I guess it'll send it automatically to the thing now. I don't know. We'll see. I was dedicating people to doing the work, but no, I don't know how that works otherwise. Hopefully that's a lot more efficient, though. Let's see. What else do we need? We do a sawmill upgrade. Allows us to introduce work improvements that will take... we'll raise efficiency of the sawmill and steam sawmills by 25%. Resource depot upgrade I'm not worried about. Faster reloading. Docks will be 10% more efficient. I mean, that's probably good, but... Let's get our people bringing more food in. At least I would if I had enough resources to do it. I'm actually low on steel right now. Alright, I have enough resources now for the forage cart, so let's start research on that. That'll improve the people who are out gathering food right now, and then as we send out more, things should only get better. Do we have enough? Whoops. Transports arrived with 5. Alright, good. 5 engineers. We'll get them to work in the medical posts. Taking care of our sick people. Hopefully that will resolve that problem. I do need to build another one of these forager stations here. Let's see. That's under food, but I need 35 wood to do that, which I don't have at the moment. Oh, we have 23. Okay, so now... This all merges into one thing, and we put 10 workers there. Instead of like, I think it maxed out at 15 before. Yeah, so it maxed at 15. Now instead we've got 10. I guess doing the same job-ish. 13 are available here, and that's maxed out now. Interesting. All right, that might be worth building another one over here just to see how that goes. Hopefully it's a lot more efficient than having people working there separately. Time for another law. We do labor laws again. Let's see. Extended shifts. So this will affect discontent. But we can extend the workday in any facility up to 14 hours. 2 shifts. New shift length. You can permanently extend the workday to any facility to 24 hours. Workplaces in 2 shifts need double the manpower. Working on 2 shifts causes discontent. Discontent will rise slightly. So, I mean, those are good options, I think, later. Short shifts. Raise the workplace safety by 1. Motivation will rise slightly. Or dispensary. Oh, we hook them up with drugs. You, work harder. Here, I'll give you some drugs. Cures gravely ill and ill with potent chemical medicines. You have to build a dispensary. Treatment can have side effects. Alright. I don't know what the deal is with the side effects there, but I'm not ready to take those on just yet. Let's go to administration. Maybe we can build them a chapel. That might help with motivation. People living nearby will gather to pray, which will raise their motivation. You know what? Let's do the chapel. Anything we can do to help motivation at this point is probably going to be a good thing, because I'm sure at some point they're going to kick me in the pants with some kind of an event or something that's going to clobber my motivation, and if I'm in the toilet, I'm going to end up losing. So we've got to get that sorted. I mean, people are fed. They're reasonably housed. They've got a pub. They've got a bathhouse. Less than half our people have access to a bathhouse. While a bathhouse is active, people living within range are less likely to get sick. There's only like 5 tents in range, so I guess maybe we should build another bathhouse too. That would be a good thing. Uh-oh. Bad omen. This morning the camp is strangely quiet. People pass the bad news in hushed voices, and owls perched atop the scaffolding, despite it being broad daylight. They were superstitious even before the best of times, but here, in this remote, harsh place, they see it as a worst omen, worse than a herd of black cats. Workers refuse to even look at the bloody bird, never mind shoot away. Well, that's great. Discontent rises. There's an evil bird in our midst. Okay, we have lots of wood right now. We could build more of these, but I think I'm going to look at... No. Let's build another forager's hut. Feel the need to get more people out, doing some exploring and stuff. So let's stick that over here, I guess. That needs road, which, you know, I didn't think to build. So let's build one up here. Actually, we'll just connect all this right here. Give them a little grid they can walk on. A little bit of wasted space next to the medical tent, but meh. It'll be fine. Mostly. We're in good shape food-wise, oddly enough. Forager carts research. Now they're going to go 50% faster, which, again, is awesome. I should look at building another one of these reloading stations, but I'm going to need more steel. I need 1 more steel. Oh, they take steam cores, too. I didn't even notice that. Probably worth noting. Protective structures. Temporarily reduce the number of injuries caused. Each use will improve workplace safety by 1. Level 24 hours. Alright, so... You know, workplace safety is probably another thing we should do there. Okay, we have no gatherable resources in range of our sawmill, so I guess we can break this thing down now. That'll give us a little bit more wood back. Oh my gosh, the events at this pit are like never ending. End of a world, letter from home. Sir, an engineer received a letter from a relative in India. Explained that sudden frost devastated their plantation. They're going back to England as the colony is descending into chaos and the population's rising up against the British rule. Surely we cannot let such information impact the morale of our people. Absolutely, we need to censor that. Censor that letter. Don't let that bad news through. Fake news. Can't have that happening. Okay, so we have the 10 steel we need here now. Reloading stations so we can get our steel in a little bit quicker. That would be good. It seems to have helped with the wood, I think. Our stockpile of wood here is still high. I mean... I don't know. 38 workers available. Oh, right, because of the sawmill. Okay, so let's reposition a different sawmill now. If we put one over here, we can cut away the swath of trees that's over this way. So in our resources, we can go to the sawmill. It's not adjacent to a street, but again, we can fix that. It's not a lot of resource right there, though. Still, like trimming these trees away would help. All right, let's build right here. Give them a little road. So they get that structure built. This... They're still dismantling. Alright. Alright, sawmill's done. We can staff that with people. This is done. We can staff that with people. And that leaves us with 18 people left to go. Which is good, because over here, I need to send out another foraging party. We do need 10 steel for that for some reason. So I guess we'll have to wait for the shipment to come in next time to get the steel from down here. Although we have 240 steel right there that nobody's getting. It's so slow. That process is crazy slow. We can pass another law. Let's see. I haven't built the church yet. We should probably do that too at some point. Let's work on the body stuff. So we can do on-site burial. Each burial decreases motivation. Let's do repatriation of the bodies, maybe. We'll have to build a morgue. But this should help, I guess. I can't afford to decrease motivation because my motivation's getting clobbered right now. So I guess we'll do repatriation, see if that helps. 7 being treated. I don't know, 7 treated. All kinds of sick people right now. All right, our morgue. I don't know if this has a negative effect to the things that are around it, but we'll stick it over here by the docks. There you go, people. The very first thing you'll see when you arrive by ship is where all the dead people are being handled. If that doesn't help your motivation, I don't know what will. Oh, our motivation's getting clobbered every morning. Daily loss is noticeable. We need to find ways to boost that. That church is going to be important. Morgue is built. That boosts our motivation back up. Basically the amount we lost this morning. So, you know, that's a thing. Oh, we have wood and steel now. Oh, man, that's coming in a lot faster now. That's great. Okay, let's see. Over here, where's that? There you go. Send out another party here. I'm going to send them down this way because we didn't explore this way. So we'll send them to the hunting grounds. Hopefully they can find some stuff over there. It does look like it's getting colder and the snow's approaching a little bit or something. I don't know. It doesn't seem as green as it was when we started. Okay, well, we have the resources in play. I guess it's probably a good time to build ourselves a chapel. Not exactly a huge range on this thing. I can put it back here where the sawmill used to be. That'll get most of our housing. I can see if when I play this again, I should probably plan for some of these buildings to be in certain areas. I'd have to destroy some tents to actually put this down here. Unfortunately, it looks like I have to destroy like 3 tents to get it to fit. I think maybe that might be worth it though, because it'll boost morale for everybody who's in the area. So let's go ahead and we'll plan to build 3 tents along here. Do I have a road there? I do have a road there. I guess I built one. Oh, because the sawmill was there at one point. Okay, and then these tents we're going to demolish. I know, people. I know you're going to be stuck without a home for just a short little bit while we fix this up. Try to get the church in the center of our population there so that we can get as much of a boost on everybody as we can. They're going to be pretty unhappy about me breaking their tents down, but they're just going to have to suck it up. Oh, look at this. We got some kind of crazy scaffolding thing going in here now. From our resource depot, it's like following along a road into the central area. That's interesting. Huh. All right. I'll take it. We haven't been doing any research because I've been spending materials elsewhere, so I probably should deal with that. Let's make protective structures to try and keep people a little bit safer. Actually, ventilation plant. No, ventilation plant consumes coal, which I don't have any of. Steam exchangers to build the generator. Yeah, let's work on safety first, and then we'll build the generation systems there afterward. The tents are all built, so we're in a position now to build our chapel where I wanted to. It doesn't fit because the road is here. Hold on. We need to get rid of that road. So, like, through here is where it's got to go away. There we go. Throw our chapel right into there. And then I can replace the road up the side of the chapel. So, like, right along here to connect all that back up again. Because these houses, or these tents rather, aren't connected to anything right now. So that will give us a good range of coverage. That, I think, gets, like, every one of our tents, which is great. That's what we want to see. Foragers reach the hunting ground. What'd they find? Tell me we got something. Watering place. Gentle banks of the swiftly flowing stream form a convenient watering place. We could set up camp here for some time to hunt. Animals coming from the water. All right. let's do that. We'll set up another camp so we'll get a second supply of food coming in. I feel like that's probably important. I don't know how long the fish is going to last at the other one. Chapel built. Chapel's been erected, giving people a nice place to pray together and find comfort. Motivation rises. Okay, good. We have an opportunity for another law as well. Evening service. If people could get together in the chapel to listen to the words of Scripture, it would raise their spirits. Each use increases motivation. This is something we trigger, I think, but I'm going to sign that into law. Because, frankly, there's no negative to it. I mean, it doesn't cost me anything. People are already not working because they're going to be hanging out for the night in their free time. Hopefully this will help get our motivation back up, because it's kind of in the toilet right now. Maybe if I gave them better living quarters, it would help. I have to research those, I guess, too. Our food storage is just about full. So I think it'd be a good idea to maybe add a storage space for that. Resource depot, if we stick it over here, it'll be right next to the cookhouse. Hopefully that'll mean that, I don't know if there's actually any, like, time consumption involved in taking food to storage and stuff, but we'll set that up where we can put our food rations in there, and that should help. If we upgrade the medical posts, look at healed like 10% faster. Resource depot upgrade. This might be a good option. Faster reloading. Let docs be 10%. Let's do that. Docs will be 10% faster. We'll take that. As much as we can, if we can get a lot of resources in here, that will certainly be helpful. Alright, the shift is over. Let's see if we can do this sermon thing. Evening service. Oh, it costs 20 food rations. But that's alright, we have a bunch. So it does have a cost. Let's have an evening service. See if that... Well, it seems to have trickled up motivation a little bit. Now, the trouble is motivation drops every morning as people wake up and realize what they're probably going to have to spend their day doing. That's okay. Let's set this for food storage, so now we have room to produce a lot more rations we can store. That will certainly come in handy. This queue is empty again, so we're going to set that up. That'll get us the last 2 we need for the 8 structural profiles. We can start getting that shaft set up. 1 person is sick. Only 2 are being treated. How do we have 1 person sick that's not being treated? We're down to only a single steam core, so I think I'm going to try and bring a couple of those in. I don't know what else we'll need. Oh, logistical limits did go up. That's kind of handy. Alright, so we'll bring in a couple steam cores and see if that helps out. I don't know if these... This is cost 20, but it seems to be just a logistical thing, so I don't know if there's actually a direct cost for those. Uh-oh, what now? Harbingers of Doom. People across the whole camp leap to their feet, awakened by the sound of angry screeches. Dozens of huge birds are circling over the construction site. The owls are back, moan terrified workers. It's a sign. The heavens warn us. We shouldn't be here. We're doomed. After a while, the birds disappear above the bay, leaving our people severely shaken. Motivation will fall even more. Yeah, those darn owls. That's, you know, I'm already struggling with motivation at this point. I really don't need another reason for their motivation to go in the toilet. There's got to be other ways to keep these people happy. Wait a minute. I remember one. We'll deal with it in a bit. Faster reloading researched. Okay, good. So we'll clear off the docks that much quicker. That's pretty good. 217 wood and 39 steel. We can go ahead and add more research. Let's see, upgraded docks, efficient gathering, large resource depots. I'm kind of thinking we should actually move up to this next level. I don't know. Let's maybe do resource depot upgrades instead. We'll tackle that for the moment. We've got our 8 structures built. Now I need to set up the shaft structure. I don't know how to do that. Suspicious minds. Sir, we noticed that one of the engineers is sending very long letters to Aunt Bertha almost every day. They regard family and religious matters and seem innocuous, but the German-sounding name of this aunt raised our suspicions. Found out that by rearranging certain letters, we can form sentences such as shaft rotor or iron coupler. We also found rhino flu and cacklegran. This might be code. What should we do about this engineer? You know what? I feel like they should just be paranoid, but we're going to intercept all his letters. Let's see if this engineer really is doing something suspicious. Although, whatever that might be, I really have no idea. Oh, there we go. It's actually in the building menu under generator, the shaft structure. So we have our 8 structural profiles. Let's go ahead and start building our shaft structure. 50 people. I have 3. I think we're going to need to call in a few more people. which I apparently don't have a whole lot of logistical room for because I brought in those steam cores. No! Darn you, steam cores. Alright, well, we'll bring in 8 workers anyway. I guess that's something. Let's also take all the workers off of this, and we'll put them to work over here. So that'll get us started. We will turn on safety procedures so that people will be safe. I don't have the stuff to make structural profiles for the safety scaffolding. I guess we gotta make more of those, but I just took all my workers away. Work safety, harmful. +1 safety procedures, -3 base safety level. Moderate risk of getting ill. Well, that's great. Fabulous. We're out of structural profiles. Of course you are. I just took them all. Transport is a ride with our 3 engineers and 4 steam cores. Now I feel a little wasteful having these things in here. Let's sign another law into place. Now, I've kind of been avoiding this one a little bit, because they seem like dubious choices. Bare knuckle bouts, reduce discontent, house of pleasure, increases motivation, and frankly, we need some motivation. Let's bring in a house of pleasure. So now that I say, oh look at that, that was a big boost. Ha! They're like favorite law ever. All right, those actually work out of the pub. We're gonna need more workers here. We'll put some engineers to work in there because I don't have enough. But that will help at least a little bit. Still only have half the workers I need to get this shaft done. Who's gonna work there? Volunteers? Yeah, I didn't think so. I know what you're talking about, Harry. Mind your own business. Alright, resource upgrades are done. Let's go in here. We'll take a look at... Fishing harbor would give us a direct source of food. Fishing in the cold, cold sea. Let's maybe look at the machine shop for now. Start making some specialized parts there when we get to the point of doing it anyway. Machine shop research. Build a machine shop to produce steam exchangers. Okay, so... Machine shop. Alright, we'll build that right over here, I guess. Can't build it over here because I put a road there because, you know, I'm super... I guess I can stay right there. Maybe closer to the supplies. I don't have the people to staff in there to work it, but... whatever. Alright, resource wise, you know, let's go ahead and see about... Nope, I need 25 steel for that, so that's not an option. Do medical post upgrade. We'll get people healed a little quicker. Route of steel. I know, I just used it all. Where'd those workers go that I ordered in? I thought I... Oh, I didn't order the shipment. Okay. We'll bring in 22. Forgot to click the button. But that's okay, I guess. I mean, our capacity went up, so we can bring in 22 now, which will get us closer to the limit of what we need here. Although first we should probably staff the pub, because that's probably the most important building in this whole facility. Oh, no. Okay, well, we ran out of fish. We used to fish here. There's plenty of fish in this lake. We could stay here a few days to catch them. Well, apparently not, because apparently we're all out. It's depleted. All right, let's get this team here. We'll send them over to Bald Hill, maybe. We'll find out what's over there. At least we have the hunting party we can still work with here. And we have a decent amount of food stocked up, so we're not really in a dire position that way. Probably the most food I've ever had in this game. Last warning, you missed your milestone due to the difficulty of your task. Uh-oh. The authorities agreed to give you one last chance. You'll have to meet all future milestones, no exception. Any delay, even the slightest, will result in your termination. Oh, that's great. I missed the... I didn't even notice there was a target time frame there. Apparently I'm just a little bit too slow. Our workers aren't even here yet. I'm still waiting on 22 of them to show up. I mean, I guess we could take some workers off of this. Might be too late for this now, but put them to work in there. Transport's ride. We have our 22 workers. We can put them to work in here now. That gets us up to 50. We have 5 left, so we can put a couple here in the flop house, which are going to be kind of important. There we go. 3 engineers left over. I'm not sure what to do with them just yet, but maybe there's somewhere else they can work. They don't want to do any of these jobs, not surprisingly, I guess. These guys reached Bald Hill. Hill isn't very tall, but offers a wide view over the plain. We can see a string of dark spots not very far from here. Let's move on. Send them over to here. Lost crates. Alright, that could be helpful. Everybody's waiting on the exploration. Hunting grounds are depleted now as well. Let's read the journal. No, that's not helpful. All right, we can send them over to here, I guess. Small waterfall. They can check that out. What do these guys find? Heavy wooden crates are used to transport valuable and fragile goods. They're stenciled with prominent signs warning against dropping them. Steam exchangers and... oh, yeah. Let's take that. Finders keepers? Inspecting the crates, we found some steam exchangers and steel composites. These valuable resources must have been destined for the winter home construction site, but it seems they got mislaid, fell off a trailer or something. They're not ours to take. Are you joking? Totally steal those things. Get those out of here. Send those home. We're only about halfway finished setting up the shaft structure, which I definitely fell way behind on. The next time I play this, I'm going to have to accelerate that a little bit so we don't get our knuckles cracked again. But our food's in a good place. Everybody's got a place to sleep, and they got some faith to hopefully try to help sort out their motivation, which frankly sucks right now. We'll come back next time. We'll keep building out, try and get that generator finished. If you are enjoying the gameplay, please make sure you click that like button. It does help a lot. I'm, as always, CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.